Throughout the Overwatch League Season 3, the Shanghai Dragons dominated the year from start to finish, despite falling short during the playoff. With his outstanding performance, Fleta got awarded the MVP of that season and the choice to get a skin at his liking. He ended up going for Echo as pocket pick. The legendary skin had the image of his playstyle. We'll get to see how it goes from passive to active. Before getting into the highlights, let's look at some Echo basic mechanics. The Echo's one-shot combo is primary fire, sticky bombs, primary fire, then focusing beam. The latter ability deals 50 damage per second but skyrockets to 200 damage per second when the target is below 50% HP. For that reason, the combo has different variation depending on how many sticky bombs you landed, how much HP has the target, and how low it is. For example, you can remove each primary fire or only one of them. It's highly advised to use your flight ability before you combo to have a better chance to land it. The skill has few quirks to it. First of all, by pressing shift and space at the same time, you get projected way further than if not. Secondly, you can cancel your flight when you are still going up to keep the momentum. Also, the cooldown starts as soon as the ability expires or is cancelled, meaning stopping it earlier will allow you to get it back faster. And lastly, to go up and down, you can respectively press space and your crouch key. Don't mindlessly press space while flight is active, since it could kill you or make you miss an opportunity. To finish this section, Echo doesn't have footsteps, so as long as you are unnoticed while taking off angles or flanks, there is no way the enemy team will know you are here. Be careful, when flight is active there is a distinctive sound cue to it. With that done, we can finally jump onto the gameplay. Both teams are playing similar comps, the only difference being the main tanks. The Dragons opted for Winston with the intention of diving the Ana, whereas the Hunters chose a ball to disrupt the enemy engagement to give his team time to peel and counterattack. Chengdu's team rotated towards Connector, since playing in a confined space gives you the possibility to focus fire and control the incoming dive. Knowing that, the Dragon steps up a dive from 3 different angles. A recurring theme will be Fleta taking off angles over and over again. Coming from the front doesn't give you any advantages, but doing it from the side does. In these circumstances, if they look at you, they won't be able to see the dive when it's struck, and if they don't, they won't be able to dodge shots they don't see coming. Therefore, shots can easily be landed when not looked at. So like Fleta, abuse that powerful positioning. Fortunately for him, Gaga goes too early and gets picked off. At pretty much all time, you need to be close to a ledge or a corner, especially when flying. As you can see, Fleta just overextended in the open and got picked by the enemy soldier for free. Here as you can do it. When you don't stand in the open, you get to 2 situations. The first one is to not commit to a fight and just poke safely from a corner. The upside is that you cannot die, since you have the choice to just back off. Your second option is, if you do commit to a duel, use the map layout to get an isolated duel. At any point in this sequence, Fleta is not seen by more than one enemy. That way, you can control how many people can shoot at you in combat. To do so, you need to be mindful of your surroundings, more precisely, the enemy's positioning. On this Hollywood defense, Dragons are fighting against a hitscan and echoless comp, giving Fleta free reign. With no long-range threat, Echo can use her fly freely during neutrals to poke and charge her ult. Her tri-shots have no damage falloff, so she always deals the same amount regardless of the range. Make use of that by shooting chokes and flashing out enemies out of threatening positions. As talked in the Oasis game, when you shoot on the side, back or on top of players, they have a high chance to get hit. So when not looked at, it's a good opportunity to land your sticky bombs or even your one-shot combo. A big mistake seen is going too early before your tank sets you up for success. On the first fight, Fleta waits for the D.Va bomb before somewhat committing to the fight. He instantly backs off and waits for his tank to re-engage. This time it's a nano monkey creating the space. Right after picking off the baby D.Va, he instinctively goes back to cover. After waiting yet again for his tank's engagement, Fleta fully commits and cleans up the Hunters. After a rough first round against the Hunters, it's Shanghai's turn to attack. They swiftly took the first point, but were stopped as fast on second. To respond to the Genji pick, Fleta swaps off to Echo. With the absence of footsteps, he silently gets into position to use the one-shot combo onto Sigma. It's coupled with the nano, but countered by the lamp. He still manages to take out the BAP at the cost of his life. He paid for his over-aggressivity. Remember, always play close to cover since you can disengage whenever you want. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I would also love to know how helpful the video was, so comment down below.